It's 2 in the morning. You get up for a quick trip to the bathroom and suddenly your balance slips. No one hears you call out. Scenarios like this send thousands of older Americans to the hospital every single year. The frightening part, many of these emergencies could be prevented by avoiding one healthy habit that isn't so harmless after all. Most of us believe we're doing the right things, eating the right foods, staying active, keeping up routines. But what if I told you that one small mistake, something you may be doing every single day, could quietly increase your risk of falls, weakness, or dangerous complications? Today I'll reveal the 5 essential rules every senior over 80 must know to not just survive alone, but to thrive with strength and peace of mind. Before we get started, I'd love to know where you're watching this video from and what time of day is it. Leave me a comment below. I always read them. And if this video resonates with you, please hit subscribe. If not, give it a like anyway. It helps me know you're still here. What you'll hear next could change how you think about independence forever. The dangers and opportunities of living alone after 80. When you reach your 80s, living alone can feel like walking a narrow path where each step requires extra care and attention. Many older Americans know the quiet fears that come with this stage: falling in the bathroom at night, facing an unexpected illness without someone nearby, or simply waking up to an empty house that feels far too quiet. These are real concerns backed by medical research showing that 1 in 4 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year, and the risk rises even higher past 80. Yet while these dangers are serious, they do not mean your independence is over. It is true that living alone after 80 comes with challenges, but it also holds hidden strengths that often go unnoticed. Independence gives you freedom to set your own pace. Cook meals the way you like and rest when you need to without apology. It allows you to keep dignity intact, to decide how your day is shaped, and to feel pride in caring for yourself. Many seniors quietly say that, despite the worries, living alone makes them feel more alive, more in charge of their story. Independence, after all, is not the absence of support, it is the presence of self-respect. Still, the pressures can feel invisible and heavy at times. Loneliness may creep in, especially when days stretch long without conversation or laughter in the room. Psychologists note that social isolation in older adults is linked to higher risks of depression, memory decline, and even heart disease. But loneliness does not have to be your destiny. Independent living can be enriched with daily phone calls, neighborhood visits, or small routines that remind you you're part of a larger world. Choosing to stay connected is like adding steady oxygen to a fire. It keeps the flame from fading. There are also practical steps you can take to reduce the risks that haunt so many seniors. Clear pathways in your home and add brighter lighting in hallways to lower fall risks. Keep a lightweight grabber tool handy so you don't strain your back or climb stools to reach things. Schedule regular check-ins with neighbors or family, even if it's a quick text or phone call. These small habits act like guardrails along the narrow path, keeping you steady while you continue to walk on your own. Think of your independence as a small oil lamp, the kind used in many cultures to light the night. As years pass, the flame may burn lower, but with gentle care, steady oil, a trimmed wick, and protection from the wind, it continues to shine, sometimes longer than anyone expects. Your life after 80 can be that lamp. With caution, wisdom, and the right habits, you can keep your light strong, steady, and warm. Independence does not mean facing darkness alone. It means tending the flame carefully so it glows brightly for as many evenings as life allows. Rule 1. Building your emergency safety net. When you live alone after 80, one of the greatest fears is that something might happen when no one is around to help. Doctors call falls the #1 cause of serious injury for older adults, and research shows that nearly 1 in 3 seniors will fall each year. What makes this so dangerous is not always the fall itself, but the delay in getting help. A broken hip or even a simple fainting spell can become life-threatening if hours pass before someone arrives. That is why building an emergency safety net is not just wise, it is essential for preserving both independence and peace of mind. Technology can play a powerful role in this safety net, but it must be chosen carefully. Many seniors already know about medical alert pendants or wristbands, but modern systems now do more than wait for you to press a button. Some can automatically detect a fall through motion sensors and connect you with an operator within seconds, even if you are unconscious. Simple, easy-to-use cell phones with large buttons, clear screens, and voice activation can also be life-saving, especially when programmed with emergency contacts at the touch of a single key. Technology is not about replacing people. It is about buying precious minutes when minutes matter most. Yet devices are only helpful if they are reliable. That means testing your system once a month, just like you might check a smoke detector. Call the monitoring center and make sure your personal medical information is current, because in a crisis, paramedics need to know your conditions, medications, and allergies immediately. A device tucked in a drawer or forgotten around your neck does no good. Think of it the way you think of a seat belt you hope never to need it, but you use it every single time just in case. Your safety net also needs a human layer. Depending on one person is too much responsibility and too much risk. Instead, create a small circle of 3 neighbors or nearby friends who agree to simple daily signals. It could be as easy as raising the kitchen blind each morning or turning a porch light on at dusk. If that signal does not appear, they know to knock on your door or call to check in. Rotating responsibility keeps it light, and the shared watchfulness brings comfort to everyone involved. In many American towns, these small neighborly systems have quietly saved countless lives. Family connections remain another pillar of protection. A quick morning text to your son or a short evening video call with a granddaughter can do more than warm the heart. It reassures loved ones that you are safe and keeps you tied into the rhythm of their lives. For many older adults, learning to use video calling feels intimidating at first, but once mastered, it becomes a joyful routine. Technology is easier when you think of it not as a gadget, but as a doorway through which voices and faces can step into your living room anytime. Let me share the story of Lucille, a 79-year-old widow who built her safety net with care. One Tuesday morning, she collapsed in her kitchen while making coffee. Her medical alert device detected the fall and alerted the monitoring center instantly. At the same time, her neighbor noticed her blind had not been raised, and her daughter received an automated call because Lucille missed her morning check-in. Within 6 minutes, paramedics were at her door. Doctors later said that if help had been delayed just 15 more minutes, her recovery might not have been possible. Today, Lucille is fully independent again, grateful not just for the technology, but for the people who formed her invisible circle of care. The most important thing to remember is that safety planning does not mean living in fear. It is not about building walls, but about weaving a protective net that lets you move confidently without looking over your shoulder. A strong safety net is like an invisible embrace, present dependable, and always there when you need it. By layering technology-trusted neighbors and loving family, you create a system that turns the frightening possibility of being alone into the reassuring knowledge that you are never truly by yourself. Rule 2. Becoming your own advocate in healthcare. When you reach your later years, doctor visits can feel more frequent, more complicated, and sometimes more overwhelming than ever before. Many older adults describe sitting in an exam room with questions in their mind, but leaving with few answers, unsure of what was really said or what should happen next. This sense of uncertainty can be unsettling, but it does not have to be permanent. The truth is that you have more power in those moments than you may realize, and becoming your own advocate in healthcare is one of the strongest tools you can carry into every appointment. Start by preparing ahead of time, because preparation often makes the difference between clarity and confusion. Write down every symptom you have noticed, even the ones that seem small, such as dizziness when standing up or unusual fatigue after meals. Use a simple notebook dedicated only to your health and bring it with you to each visit. Inside, create a list of medications you take, including vitamin supplements and over-the-counter products. Doctors see many patients in a day, and even though they care deeply, they cannot remember every detail of your medical history without your help. By handing them a clear list, you make their job easier and your safety stronger. During the appointment itself, keep that notebook open and write down what the doctor says while they are speaking. Many seniors hesitate, worrying that this might appear rude, but it actually shows you are serious about your care. Ask the doctor to spell out medical terms and do not be shy about requesting explanations in plain language. The rule is simple: never leave the office without understanding three things: what is wrong, what the treatment plan is, and when to follow up or seek emergency care. If the doctor seems rushed, it is fair to pause and say, "I want to make sure I understand this correctly before I leave." Your health deserves that level of attention. Pharmacies also play a critical role in keeping you safe, especially when multiple prescriptions are involved. Using one pharmacy for all your medications may seem inconvenient if another store is closer, but it creates a central record that can flag dangerous drug interactions. Pharmacists are trained experts in this area, often noticing risks that busy physicians might miss. Ask them questions such as whether two medications might cause dizziness, fatigue, or changes in blood pressure. These conversations are not only smart, they can prevent accidents that lead to false hospital stays or worse. Let me share the story of Stanley, an 81-year-old retiree who felt dismissed by his doctor for months. He complained of dizziness and weakness, but the response was always the same: "It's just part of aging." Stanley's daughter encouraged him to write down his symptoms, the times they occurred, and the specific questions he wanted answered. At his next visit, he handed the list to the doctor and firmly asked, "What tests can rule out something more serious?" That persistence led to blood work, which revealed severe anemia caused by internal bleeding. Early treatment saved his life. Stanley later said the key was realizing that polite persistence is not disrespectful, it is necessary. The lesson here is simple yet powerful: you are the one who knows your body best. Doctors and nurses can guide tests and prescribe, but only you can fully describe how you feel day to day. As a wise saying from India reminds us, the doctor writes the prescription, but you keep the rhythm of the music of your health. When you take responsibility for asking questions, tracking symptoms, and insisting on clear explanations, you become the conductor of your own care. Rule 3: creating your independence. Maintenance system. Living independently after 80 requires more than willpower. It requires a practical system that protects your safety, finances, and daily routines. Many older Americans find that without a clear plan, small problems grow quickly into crises, but with foresight and organization, those same challenges become manageable. Independence is not about refusing help. It is about setting up structures that allow you to remain confident and self-reliant even as your needs change. The first layer of this system begins with your home environment, because the house that once felt comfortable can slowly turn into a hidden obstacle course. Preventive maintenance is your best ally here. Schedule regular seasonal checkups, test smoke alarms every 6 months, clean gutters in the spring and fall, and service heating and cooling systems once a year. Good lighting in hallways and staircases is essential, because poor visibility remains one of the top risk factors for falls among older adults. Simple additions like grab bars in the bathroom railings near steps and lever-style handles instead of knobs can mean the difference between a minor inconvenience and a trip to the emergency room. Think of these updates as silent guardians, quietly keeping you steady as you move through familiar spaces. Financial stability forms a second pillar of independence, and it deserves careful attention. Automating monthly bill payments for utilities, insurance, and prescriptions ensures you never face late fees or service interruptions. Yet automation should not mean neglect. Review your bank statements each month to catch mistakes or fraudulent charges because scams targeting seniors remain a growing problem in America. Experts recommend setting aside an emergency fund of $5,000 to $10,000 kept in an account you can access quickly. This is not your retirement nest egg. This is your furnace broke in January fund designed to handle sudden repairs or medical expenses without eroding your sense of control. Having money ready when problems arise gives you choices, and choices preserve dignity. Day-to-day living is another part of maintaining independence, and small adjustments can make daily tasks less stressful. Stock your kitchen with easy-to-prepare meals, such as pre-chopped vegetables, frozen proteins, or healthy canned options, so cooking does not feel overwhelming when energy is low. Many grocery stores now offer delivery or curbside pickup services, giving you more freedom to shop on your terms without physical strain. Keep your important paperwork organized in a simple filing system with clearly labeled folders for medical records, insurance, and financial documents. When emergencies come, the difference between calm and chaos often lies in how quickly you can find a single piece of paper. Of course, no system of independence is complete without physical movement, because your body is the true foundation of your freedom. Daily walking, even for 15 minutes, supports circulation, balance, and mood. Light strength exercises using household objects like soup cans or water bottles can help preserve muscle mass that naturally declines with age. Balance practices such as standing on one foot while holding a chair for support train your body to recover from stumbles before they become falls. Research consistently shows that older adults who maintain modest but regular activity keep their independence significantly longer than those who stop moving. Each small effort adds up, and every step helps protect your ability to live on your own terms. Let me share the story of Diane, an 83-year-old widow who lived in the same house for 40 years. After her husband passed, the upkeep began to overwhelm her, and she considered selling. Instead, she took a different approach. She hired a local teenager to handle yard work, built relationships with 3 reliable contractors for repairs, and simplified her home room by room. She installed brighter lights, removed bulky furniture that narrowed walkways, and created a main floor living space to avoid climbing stairs. With these changes, Diane not only kept her house, she kept her sense of ownership, and 5 years later, she is still hosting family dinners and tending her small garden. Her story proves that independence is not about doing everything alone. It is about planning wisely and asking for help where it matters most. Think of your independence like a great banyan tree as described in Indian tradition. The roots are deep, anchoring you firmly, while the branches stretch outward, flexible yet strong. When storms come, the tree bends but does not break because its foundation has been carefully nurtured over time. In the same way, your independence will remain strong when supported by steady habits, smart financial planning, and thoughtful adjustments to your home and body. With foresight and discipline, you can continue to stand tall, rooted in security and reaching for the light of each new day. Rule 4. Building social connections and combating loneliness. Loneliness in later life is more than an unpleasant feeling. It is a genuine health risk that scientists now compare to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that chronic isolation can increase the risk of heart disease, dementia, depression, and even shorten life expectancy. For many older Americans, the days can grow long and silent once children move away, friends pass on, or mobility becomes limited. The quiet may seem harmless, but over time it erodes both physical health and emotional resilience. Recognizing this danger is the first step, because loneliness is not simply about being alone. It is about lacking meaningful connections that bring joy, purpose, and a sense of belonging. Fortunately, there are countless ways to rebuild those connections, even if they require stepping slightly outside your comfort zone. Community spaces remain powerful places to begin. Local book clubs allow you to share stories and opinions, blending the joy of reading with the warmth of discussion. Walking groups offer fresh air, gentle exercise, and the natural conversation that comes when people stroll side by side. Churches and faith-based gatherings provide spiritual nourishment along with dependable networks of care, while volunteer organizations create chances to give back in ways that make you feel needed. Each of these outlets provides more than activity. They offer structure, accountability, and regular contact, which are key ingredients in keeping loneliness at bay. One of the most rewarding ways to connect lies in building intergenerational relationships because wisdom gains its full value when shared. Many schools and libraries have programs that invite seniors to mentor young students, read stories, or teach skills. Younger families may welcome guidance on cooking, gardening, or even balancing a household budget. These interactions remind older adults that their life lessons carry weight and relevance, while younger people gain insight and perspective they could not find in books. Passing knowledge forward transforms isolation into legacy, and legacy is one of the deepest forms of connection a person can experience. Technology, when embraced with patience, can also serve as a valuable bridge across distances. Video calls with children or grandchildren bring faces and laughter directly into your living room, turning silence into conversation within seconds. Social media groups built around hobbies such as quilting, gardening, or history allow you to connect with people who share your interests, even if they live across the country. Online senior communities host support groups where individuals share struggles, solutions, and encouragement. While technology can feel intimidating at first, asking a friend or relative to demonstrate makes the learning curve shorter. Once mastered, these tools are not gadgets. They are lifelines that help maintain connection when physical presence is not possible. Consider the story of Walter, a 78-year-old widower who found himself adrift after his wife passed away. For months, his only conversations were with cashiers at the grocery store, and his children worried as his world grew smaller. Finally, his daughter encouraged him to volunteer once a week at a local animal rescue shelter. At first reluctant, Walter soon discovered a community of volunteers who shared his compassion for animals and his sense of humor. What began as a tentative step turned into a 3-day-a-week commitment, complete with new friendships, backyard barbecues, and a renewed sense of belonging. Walter now describes those years not as a decline, but as some of the happiest of his life. His story is a reminder that connection often waits just beyond the doorstep, but we must take that first step to find it. Rule 5: Preparing for the unexpected with grace. One of the hardest truths about aging is that life surprises do not stop simply because we have lived a long time. Health emergencies, sudden hospitalizations, or even small financial shocks can feel overwhelming if you have not prepared for them. Yet with foresight and organization, those same surprises become manageable events rather than devastating crises. Preparing in advance does not mean inviting fear into your home. It means creating a cushion of security that allows you to face tomorrow with confidence. A wise preparation plan begins with legal documents because these papers speak for you when you cannot. Every older adult should have a current, a durable power of attorney for finances and an advanced healthcare directive that explains your wishes if you cannot make decisions for yourself. A HIPAA release form is also vital, ensuring that doctors can share information with trusted family or friends when quick action is needed. Keep originals in a safe deposit box and copies at home in a clearly marked folder. Updating these documents every few years or after major life changes prevents confusion and gives both you and your loved ones peace of mind. Just as important as the paperwork are the conversations behind them. Many American families avoid talking about end-of-life care, fearing it will bring sadness or seem like giving up. In reality, these conversations are gifts. Sitting down with your children or close friends to explain your wishes, whether about medical treatment, financial arrangements, or even funeral preferences, removes the burden of guessing during a stressful time. Clarity now prevents conflict later and it assures you that your values will guide decisions when your voice cannot. Financial preparation also strengthens independence. Organize your account's passwords and contact information in one secure but accessible place. A trusted relative or executor should know where to find this packet if needed. Simplify bill paying with automatic systems, but maintain enough oversight to catch mistakes. Build a small reserve fund to cover gaps in Medicare or long-term care insurance, because these programs do not always cover everything. By putting your financial house in order, you ensure that unexpected expenses will not strip away the independence you work so hard to preserve. Housing is another area where proactive planning brings peace. Even if you love your current home, it is wise to research options such as senior communities, assisted living facilities, or in-home care services. Explore these choices while you are still healthy, so you can make decisions from strength rather than crisis. Touring facilities or meeting care providers ahead of time makes the possibility less frightening, because you have already seen what supportive environments can look like. Planning for transitions does not mean you are giving up on living independently. It means you are keeping doors open for your future self. Consider the story of Naomi, an 84-year-old who experienced a severe stroke. 5 years earlier, she had meticulously prepared her legal documents, organized her finances, and talked openly with her 3 children about her wishes. She even appointed a family friend as a backup decision-maker just in case. When the stroke left her unable to speak for a short period, her family knew exactly what to do. Doctors followed her care preferences, bills were paid without disruption, and modifications were made to her home so she could return safely. Naomi later said, "The best gift I gave myself was preparing ahead. I never felt powerless even when I could not speak." Her story shows that preparation transforms crisis into manageable challenge and fear into calm. As we come to the end of our time together, I hope you've taken away a gentle reminder that independence after 80 is not about doing everything alone, but about creating the right systems of care safety and connection to help you thrive. We've talked about practical steps, small choices, and meaningful habits that can make your days safer, brighter, and more fulfilling. Remember, if you ever have a specific medical condition or symptom, please reach out to your doctor. Your health deserves that personal attention and guidance. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What lesson or little spark of encouragement did you take from today's video? Share your thoughts in the comments below, or if you're not sure what to write, simply type the word hope. It's a small word, but it carries such great meaning. And if this conversation felt helpful to you, please subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell so you never miss an update, and share this video with a friend or loved one who might need a reminder that living strong and independent is still possible. These tips are shared for general awareness. If you're facing any health challenges, be sure to check with your doctor before trying anything new. May your days be steady, your heart light, and your path filled with peace like a warm sunset that softens the evening sky.